Hello, everybody. I'm Jackie K. Cooper, and I am just overwhelmed today because we have with us the star of the hit Netflix film. I can say that because the buzz on this is so good. A Week Away, and showing now. You don't have to hesitate. You can just, as soon as we're through, then you can go watch the movie, or hopefully you've already watched the movie already. But Bailee, I want to start out by saying, how did you get involved with A Week Away?
Well, Jackie, I loved that intro, by the way. I just have to say.
Thank you.
And so I loved that. That made me happy inside. So I got involved because I got the script sent to me to go in and read for Avery. And I had a couple scripts that night that I was actually reading, and this was the last script that I read for the night. And they say that you save the best for last, and I think
That's
that's
right.
exactly how I felt after reading it. Every part of me was like, I have to be a part of this movie. So I went in, I met with the team, and thankfully, they saw me as their Avery as much as I felt as if I wanted to be her. And then once the behind the scene conversation started of, hey, would you want to step in and co-produce this with us
That's the
after
big
the
thing.
fact? Yes.
I mean, come on, you're in early 20s, 21, whatever,
Thank
and
you.
you're co-producing the film.
Thank
I
you
mean,
very much.
that doesn't happen very often, Bailee. I mean, I know you've been in the business a long time, but still, this is quite an achievement, to
Thank
be
you.
the star of the film and one of the producers of the film.
Thank
But
you,
when you
Jackie.
said that you wanted to be Avery and you wanted to be involved, was the fact uh, it's like a high school musical at church camp. I
Yeah.
mean, which is a big draw for everybody,
Yes.
and also it's a faith-based film.
Yes.
And those that combination, is that what pulled you to it?
Absolutely. I think there were so many elements of it. The music was a big part for two reasons. One, I've always wanted to do music. I've never had a chance to or able to kind of find that perfect time to get to do it throughout the years. But then also the fact that I was getting to do music for the first time and have it be, yes, the original songs, which people are loving, which means so much, but especially the fact that it's from artists and we're getting to reimagine music that I grew up listening to as a little girl in my house with my family. So that was a huge kind of dream come true for me. And then the fact, of course, that yes, it was a faith-based movie. That's a huge part of my life and my heart. I've always tried to be as vocal about that as possible because it's just a big part of who I am. And I loved the fact that while reading it, it felt like for people like me who are on that journey with faith, I was able to relate to it and gravitate towards it. But something that I've been taught as a little girl with my faith was always, hey, you love everybody and you include everyone and you lend a hand to a neighbor. And so I loved the idea of a film having all of those beliefs and morals and values without sheltering or removing anyone from being able to watch this movie. In fact, it was, I think, a celebration of people and of inviting people. And that to me, it
That
comes around
sounds so
very
good.
good.
I love that. I
Thank you.
love that you put it that way.
Thank
One
you.
of the scenes in the movie, which I think is the best scene in the movie, is when you stand up and at the gathering at the camp. And I'm not going to get this perfect, Bailey. Now, so don't hold me to it.
I
But
probably wouldn't either right now.
you say something like, "I don't know a lot,
Yeah.
but I know," and then
I
you
don't know
go,
much, but this much I do.
"Yes, I
Yeah.
love that scene,"
Thank
and it
you.
was like the testimony of the character.
Yeah.
And it was also, to me, the turning point for Kevin Quinn's character,
Yeah, for real.
in relation to you. But it seemed so personal when you were doing it.
Mhm.
I know it was personal for Avery, but it just seemed personal. You were just there inside her. Was that a strong scene to film?
Yeah, absolutely. I think there wasn't genuinely, I don't think there was a dry eye in the, in the house that night when it came to our crew. I think everyone was somehow just incredibly moved. It was a night shoot in Nashville. It was the only scene that we were really filming that night. And there was just this energy between all of us when we were there. We had spoken very heavily, the producers and I, the night before this scene. I think we were on calls until We had a night shoot that the night before as well. So we got home around 6 a.m. We stayed on calls until about 8 talking about the scene, and then woke up and kept talking about it. And Avery was always supposed to say, I don't know much, but this much I do. And then she was going to go into Awesome God. But the whole part of her reciting, this Bible verse that she's grown up with and that her mom used to say and all of those things, that came a few hours before we actually started filming. And it
Oh,
felt very
God.
honest and it felt very real.
It came across that way.
Thank you very, very much.
Across that way. That was my favorite scene in the movie. I mean,
Thank
I love the
you.
musical numbers, all of that.
Goosebumps.
Well,
Thank you.
I had goosebumps
Good. Thank
you know,
you.
when you did that.
Thank you, Jackie.
Before we leave that part, Bailee, we did ask some of our subscribers to YouTube just to ask, what questions would you like to ask? And we're just do just a real quick, maybe 4 or 5 questions, just short answer. And I'm going to bring Amber over here, who's my assistant, because she gathered them for me.
Great. Get on over here, Amber.
Hi, Amber.
Hi, how are you?
I think we're in
There you
frame.
go. You're on. So we'll do this real quickly. Okay?
Yeah, real quick. Okay, I have them on my
Okay.
phone here. So somebody wanted to know, did you take anything from set?
I didn't take anything from set. Well, I have my cash chair, and then the dress that Avery wears in the garden scene was actually my own personal dress. So I took it
Okay.
back.
Yeah.
You just reclaimed it.
Yeah, I just took it back with a new meaning.
Alrighty, number 2. Did you ever attend a summer camp like the one in the movie?
I never did. No, I was always on set filming, but I feel like I got my experience through this film.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Okay, number 3. Who is your favorite person you've ever worked with in the industry?
Oh, that's too hard. I'll list off a few names.
Okay, sure.
Bette Midler, Billy Crystal, Katie Holmes, Toby McGuire. I can't genuinely. I don't like this question. I can't say they've all been lovely.
Yeah.
Listen, that'd be like somebody asking me, which of your children do you like?
Right, that's what it is.
Yeah.
And genuinely, they've all touched my heart and are pieces of me through my experiences with them. So they've been lovely to me.
Absolutely.
And that's a good answer.
Yeah, great answer.
It's honest.
Okay, number 4. Okay, what scene was the most fun to film out of all of them?
I loved all of them, but the dive scene when we were in the water, because it was the only choreography that we didn't really have like strict moves. It was just make pretty shapes in the water. So it was the least amount of pressure.
Yeah, for sure.
Bailee, did you know you could dance this good before this movie?
That's very kind. I still don't know if I can dance that good.
I love when he twirled you, and it's just you and Kevin did a great job. And
thank you. We tried. We had a good dance crew around us.
So it's
okay. We have one more. Just one more. Okay, what song from the movie was your favorite?
It's tricky, but personally, to record it and to listen to the Awesome God Only Knows mashup. Yeah, it means a lot to me, that song.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Amber.
All right.
Well done.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you, Amber.
You are so involved in your charity work.
Yes.
And I want to give you a chance to say, about that.
Thank you.
Well, it impressed me. I was doing some research and I thought, this girl is amazing. She's got this career going. She's got time to devote herself to promoting the lemonade stand. Is that correct?
Yeah. So Alex's Lemonade Stand was one of the first charities that I started working with. Long story short, was founded by a little girl named Alex Scott. She was diagnosed with cancer. And she decided, I think when she was about 3 years old, that she was going to start a lemonade stand to raise money for childhood cancer research. And she sadly passed away, but she raised over $1 million for pediatric research.
That's amazing.
Cancer. And so they hold stands all over the world, and they do amazing work for childhood cancer. It's actually really, for something that's our children, for our future, for the life of our world, it's still one of the most underfunded researches when it comes to that. So a lot of work for the kids, and Starlight Children's Foundation does amazing work for inside the hospital. And then I'm from Florida, and there's a place called Give Kids the World. I did a movie called Letters to God, and it had a big chunk of Give Kids the World. So I was introduced to them through that movie. And they actually have the family come for a week, any child that's terminally ill. And they give them a week of ice cream for breakfast, and Christmas every Thursday for the kids who won't live to see Christmas. and it's really, it overwhelms you how many good people there are in the world and how much good there is to be done.
Well, renews our faith in our fellow human beings. But now, for somebody who wants to, support you in that, do they come to your website, or how did they do that?
I actually have some of the charities that I work really closely with, some of which I just spoke about on my Instagram. There's a
Okay,
highlight section. It says charities, and I think it's like Giving Tuesday. I have it on, and so it swipes up to all of those sites on my Instagram.
hot dog. Yeah,
There we go.
yeah, got that covered too.
Good.
Bailee, I feel like I have watched you grow up,
Thank you.
through your movies and TV shows, Wizards of Waverly Place, Bridge to Terabithia. I mean, and then one of my favorites, Just Go With It, I think was the Jennifer Aniston.
Yes.
I love that movie. I love that
Hello.
movie.
Thank you.
But I have to say, and you may have done this, I keep wanting a really dramatic role from you.
Yeah, me too.
I really do. And I don't know how young you can play, but there's a book out on the bestseller list called We Begin at the End by Chris Whitaker. And
Okay.
the lead character is a 14-year-old. And I
Oh,
could see
I can wipe some makeup off, I think.
that's right. But Disney just bought it and they're going into production with it.
Oh, Jackie, you want to join my team?
Yeah. But I thought I was
Jackie.
reading the book, and this 14-year-old girl named Duchess, who everything revolves around, and I thought, Bailee Madison, Bailee Madison.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
So,
Yeah, I mean, me too. Those kind of things are really fun for me to get to dive into. And it's interesting going from acting as a child and then figuring out that navigation as a young adult now.
which is a tricky route that not a lot of people have done.
Yeah, it's a tricky one. I think I'm in a fortunate place where I'm able to pick and choose right now, which is hard because I've lived on a set my whole life, so it's finding those right things, and just figuring out what the right move is. But I've been trying to find that magic little script my way. So I love that you told me that. Thank you.
Well, there's an old movie that you can look up called A Member of the Wedding with Julie
Okay.
Harris. And she was like 24, 25, maybe older, and played a 12 or 13-year-old and was
Well, these
Oscar
cheeks aren't going anywhere, so I still got the baby
Listen,
face.
I am. If this were
What
to
is it
happen,
called again?
it's called We Begin at the End
We Began at the End. All
by
right.
Chris Whitaker.
Wonderful. I'm going to remember.
You'll love that we gave him a plug, but the book's been on the New York Times bestseller list.
Well,
and
Chris, look, Jackie wants me in it. So
that's right. That's right. I'm going to get back to him again. I've been corresponding with him a little bit on Twitter, but I would love to see you do something like that because I
Thank
think
you.
the potential is so much. There's so much behind your eyes,
Thank you.
and that's a compliment.
I know it is. Thank you very much, Jackie. That means that means the world to me because, you put something out into the world and it's a big chunk of your heart, and then you don't know how people are going to receive it. So it's a very humbling thing to hear that from you. So thank you.
Yeah, we've got subscribers on our YouTube channel all around the world, and they are going to be so excited about this interview. They're going to be so excited about the movie. So, this is a bright spot in your life, Bailee, and you shared it with us, and it means so much to me.
Thank you. I'm gonna cry,
Don't
Jackie.
you cry? Don't you cry? This is a big thing, and I'm wishing you only the best, and
Thank
hopefully
you.
we've thrown it out now, and
Yeah.
we'll see where this dramatic movie goes.
There it goes. Well, Jackie, you have made my day, and I'm sure Sam, my publicist, is on here, and Christina's too. I think you probably made all of our day. This has been
Well, you've made my
really,
day.
truly lovely. Thank you from the bottom of my heart.